A very good evening to one and all present here. I'm I'm Advocate Arun Vegmal. I feel delighted to be here today, and I welcome everyone who has taken his time out to attend this stupendous webinar concerning the legalities of cryptocurrency. And let's delve into this ocean of crypto. What exactly does it mean? Right. So with this, I'm let me introduce myself. I'm Advocate Arun Vigmal, practicing lawyer at Supreme Court of India. I have been representing number of clients concerning various intricacies of law, which includes commercial litigation, arbitration, as well as I have been involved into crypto concerning legal issues, which corporates or individual clients have been facing quite a some from since quite a some time. So today, with this, I would be taking you to the journey. Where does our legal system stand, or where does this legal area, which which is supposed to be governing the cryptocurrency, stands today in with respect to the international community, with respect to Indian legal system, as well as with respect to other ancillary issues. So with this note, let's begin. Now let me take you forward with the legal aspect. Let's talk about the international perspective of cryptocurrency. And let's talk about what does this international community thinks about and where does they stand when the question of legalization of Bitcoin comes into picture. Although I must say it is not a disputed fact that Bitcoin has been controversial since its beginning in 2009, as have the subsequent cryptocurrencies that followed in its wake had been getting into a lot of issues. But while widely since the Bitcoin has to face some kind of criticism when it comes to the volatile nature of when it comes to its volatile nature or its use in nefarious transactions, and for the exorbitant use of electricity to mine the Bitcoin. Although I must say that the Bitcoin is being seen by some, particularly in the developing world, as a safe harbor during economic storms as well. Right? As we know, everything has pros and cons. So there are some disadvantages or there are some hurdles when it comes to Bitcoin, and there are some advantages as well. But as more and more people are moving towards or are getting interested in the aspect of Bitcoins or the cryptocurrency as a tool of investment, so there arise many legal issues demanding attention of the respective authorities or the governments. So I must bring you or I must bring to your notice that there are several countries wherein the status of cryptocurrency differs, right? So that and basically the legal status of bitcoins and other altcoins also varies substantially from country to country. Wherein in some the regulatory codes are properly defined, कहीं पे साफ definition है, there is regulation, or but in some the stand of government is constantly changing. And whereas the majority of countries, we can say, don't make using Bitcoin itself illegal, but its status as a means of payment or as a commodity varies with differing regulatory implications. You know, what had happened that some countries have placed limitations on the way Bitcoin can be used. कुछ कंट्रीज ने लिमिटेशंस लगा दिए हैं कि किस तरीके से बिटकॉइन को यूज किया जा सकता है. लाइक विद बैंक्स हैव बीन गिवन डायरेक्शंस दैट banning them to accommodate their customers from making cryptocurrency transactions. Or some other countries have actually imposed huge penalties or by imposing ban on the use of cryptocurrencies. All right, or we can say let's look into a particular set of nations which has slightly uptight relation when it comes to bitcoins. Well, if their governments are not really in a favorable mood to recognize bitcoin or cryptocurrencies as a legal tender or as a digital asset. First one of them is Algeria. So the nation Algeria currently prohibits the use of cryptocurrency following the passing of a financial law in 2018 that made it illegal to either buy, to sell or to hold virtual currencies. मतलब अल्जीरिया ने बिल्कुल बैन इम्पोज किया है, ना ही आप उसे खरीद सकते हो, ना ही आप उसको यूज कर सकते हो और ना ही आप उसको बेच सकते हो. The second nation which comes into picture is Bolivia. Bolivia, even in Bolivia, there is a complete ban, which is in place on the use of Bitcoin. और ये बैन तो 2014 से है. The Bolivian central bank has issued a resolution banning it, just like our RBI. Like although I must say our RBI is prima facie also not in favor of giving legal weightage to cryptocurrencies, as had happened in 2018, wherein our Reserve Bank of India had come up with a circular banning, giving directions to the banks to not take or to not entertain any transaction undertaken by these crypto platforms. राइट. सो आरबीआई ने, हमारे रिजर्व बैंक ऑफ इंडिया ने, वो हम आगे आपको साथ डिस्कस करेंगे. तो आरबीआई ने एक डायरेक्शन इशू किया था बैंक्स के लिए, क्योंकि आरबीआई क्रिप्टो करेंसीज के फेवर में नहीं है या उस समय नहीं था. अब हम अल्जीरिया पहुंच गए, अब हम बोलिविया पहुंच गए. लेट्स गो इनटू आवर नेबरहुड एज वेल. अब हम आते हैं चाइना के ऊपर. So basically, China, as we all know, is one of the largest economies of the world. And hopefully very soon it's going to be on the top ladder. So China has cracked down on cryptocurrencies with increasing intensity. You know, since the beginning of 2021, China has started its complete, iron hand, I must say, on anyone who is dealing with cryptocurrencies, on miners, crypto miners, those persons who are involved in mining of cryptocurrencies, and many miners have been forced to leave the country as well. They have been forced to leave China because several ban or the regulations have been put forth. And one more point I would like to address. The reasoning which the China has given in banning cryptocurrency is that what they have said ki the mining of cryptocurrency involves consumes a lot of electricity, a lot of energy, and it also causes an environmental hazard when all these consumption takes place. So in order to show their bona fide intention towards the environmental concerns, the People Republic of China has imposed a ban on crypto activities. And in addition to that, I must say the Chinese officials have repeatedly issued warnings to its people to stay clear of the digital asset market, and have clamped down hard on mining in the country, as I've already told you. और ये भी बोला है कि ना तो आप माइनिंग करेंगे, ना ही आप उसमें ट्रेड करेंगे, ना ही आप किसी तरीके से इस करेंसी को ट्रेड कर पाएंगे या बाहर से एक्सचेंज कर पाएंगे. And in continuation to that, I must say the Deputy Director of the Financial Consumer Rights Protection Bureau of the People's Republic of China stated, and I quote, he referred to cryptos as speculative assets the point to be noted or to keep in mind is speculative assets and want people to protect their pockets. Matlab, they have created such an environment that it is very speculative to trade in that, and normal people, normal investor should not put their money in cryptocurrencies. This is what exactly the Chinese government have been trying to portray. अब इसके पीछे, because as we know Chinese China consider themselves in a different tangent altogether, and one of the reason behind this activity is also because China wants to float its own e-currency. Yes, you heard it right. The China is in planning to float its own e-currency, and the People Bank of China is looking to be one of the first major central banks in the world to launch its own digital currency. और इसके पीछे एक और ऑब्जेक्टिव है, because China wants to monitor the activities of its people. So that is also one of the objective, because if everything goes under the tangent of their centralized bank, then it would be easier for them to keep an eye how is the money getting transacted. Okay, right. Now moving forward to other nation, that is Colombia. चाइना हमारा कवर हुआ, हमें समझ में आया कि चाइना, बिकॉज और ये भी हुआ था क्योंकि on 24 September the Chinese government had outrightly banned cryptocurrency transaction in the country, and after that, just after that, the rates of cryptocurrencies took a dive, because it's a market, it got affected. And maybe the reason behind that, an additional reason might be because Chinese government wants to buy all these cryptocurrencies when the rate gets low. That may also be one of the reasons. There have been news concerning the same. Now moving forward with Colombia. Colombia has also not allowed to facilitate Bitcoin transactions. Although cryptocurrency is not outlawed in Russia, but there is an ongoing conflict, which is being waged with respect to its usage. And Russia passed its first laws to regulate cryptos in July 2020. Russia ने law pass कर दिया है to regulate cryptocurrencies in July 2020, which for the first time designated cryptocurrency as a property liable to taxation. They have recognized cryptocurrency as something which is liable to taxation, and liable to taxation is a really a crucial point, right? It can be taken as a way forward towards legalization, complete legalization, you may say. However, just like our Honorable Prime Minister Mr. Modi, the Russian counterpart also has some reservations. उनकी भी कुछ मन में doubts हैं, कुछ concerns हैं, which is regarding that cryptocurrency can be used in criminal activities, or which calls for a close attention to the cross-border crypto transactions in particular. Like अगर बाहर से cross border से पैसा आ रहा है, cryptocurrencies में trade हो रहा है, तो it requires close observation. Now, moving forward with the Indian perspective, कि हमने international perspective देखा, हमने cryptocurrency, cryptography के बारे में थोड़ा बहुत discuss किया, समझा. Now let's talk about our own house. सर हमारे देश में क्या हो रहा है? हम अपना पैसा इन्वॉल्व करते हैं, तो हमारे पैसे का क्या होगा? क्या ये पैसा टैक्सेशन के लिए लायबल है? क्या इसके थ्रू कमाया हुआ प्रॉफिट टैक्सेशन में जाएगा? कहीं ऐसा तो नहीं है मुझे किसी दिन आकर गवर्नमेंट अरेस्ट कर लेगी बिकॉज ये कई इलीगल ट्रांजैक्शंस तो नहीं है? अगर ये लीगल है तो क्या ये लीगल करेंसी है? अगर ये लीगल करेंसी नहीं है तो क्या ये एक लीगल एसेट है? ये है क्या? There are number of questions which I come across when my clients and the people I meet every day, they come up with a lot of questions, a lot of similar questions, and it gives me immense pride to address this august gathering today. And we'll be discussing about all these issues. So, I must say, as we Indians are part of a civilized society which is governed by rule of law, हम law से चलने वाले prima facie लोग हैं. And most of the time, we try to avoid legal issues, we try to avoid legal troubles. So, considering the same fact, when we hear about cryptocurrency from our friends, our neighbors, our relatives, so many questions, come to our mind. Is it illegal? Is it a gray area which is left unregulated? कुछ ऐसी चीज है जिसको छोड़ दिया गया है unregulated करके. And as we may feel that cryptocurrencies are getting popular in India, but still many people do not have the clear picture about the status of cryptocurrencies in India. And let's suppose that there are multiple platforms who are currently dealing into cryptocurrencies, and our HBX is also going to be one of them, and it's going to be the leading one in future. So there are several aspects to that. Ladies and gentlemen, it gives me I do not have any hesitation to say that the tool of legality of cryptocurrencies in India have been more or less grey. ये grey area रहा है अभी तक. Despite the fact that India has improving blockchain or is an advancing blockchain market that dates back to a couple of years. However, the actual legal tussle around cryptocurrency began in the year 2018 when Reserve Bank of India, that is the Apex Bank of India, came up with a circular wherein RBI had banned all regulated banks from holding or facilitating cryptocurrency transactions. But I must say the controversial circular was set aside by an honorable Supreme Court of India. As we know, we being lawyers, we always have this third pillar of Indian democracy, that is judiciary, where we can look forward to. We can go to the doors of judiciary and see if is there any injustice done to us. और इस केस में जब ये सर्कुलर आरबीआई ने लाया और एक कंप्लीट बैन इम्पोज कर दिया बैंक्स के ऊपर, then a case was filed in the Honorable Supreme Court with the name of Internet and Mobile Association of India versus Reserve Bank of India in the year 2020. On the ground that the RBI has not found in the past 5 years or more the activities of virtual currency exchanges to have actually impacted adversely. RBI could not come up with anything कि RBI नहीं बता पा रहे थे कि whether there was actually any impact concerning the virtual currencies on nationalized banks, on private banks, कि क्या कोई adverse effect हो रहा है अगर ये exchanges take place होते हैं, अगर क्रिप्टो करेंसीज में डीलिंग होती है, क्या इसका कोई एडवर्स इफेक्ट बैंक्स के ऊपर आ रहा है? ये आरबीआई नहीं दिखा पाया. RBI was unsuccessful in proving the same. In law we have this basic principle that you cannot go to the court of law without having any grievance. ऐसा नहीं है कि आप कभी भी उठ के चले जाएंगे और आप कोई भी कानून बना देंगे without having any legal basis. That cannot be the case. So our Honorable Supreme Court has made valuable observations. ये मैं आप लोगों को के साथ डिस्कस करना चाहूँगा. That RBI एक तो मैंने आपको ये एडवर्स इम्पैक्ट वाला बताया कि RBI ये प्रूफ नहीं कर पाया. दूसरा, Honorable Supreme Court has noted that देखिए एक इंटर मिनिस्ट्रियल कमेटी कॉन्स्टिट्यूट हुई थी 2017 में So, in Honorable Supreme Court had noted that even that interministerial committee which was constituted, which initially recommended a specific legal framework including the introduction of a new law, मतलब वो कमिटी ने भी ये रिकमेंड किया कि आपको नया लीगल फ्रेमवर्क बनाना चाहिए, and the name was also given to them, that is Crypto Token Regulation Bill 2018. Yes, you heard it right. Crypto Token Regulation Bill 2018 के बारे में बात करी गई, and the committee was of the opinion, the interministerial committee which constitutes ministers of in Indian government, and they were of the opinion that a ban might be an extreme tool and that the same objectives can be achieved through regulatory measures. बैन लगाना एक एक्सट्रीम टूल हो जाएगा क्रिप्टो करेंसीज के ऊपर, ये बात इंटर मिनिस्ट्रियल कमेटी ने भी ऑब्जर्व करी और बोली। अब उसके बाद क्या हुआ, और the Interministerial Committee has also stated one more point, that a ban would make dealing in these VCs illegal, but simultaneously it might decrease the ability of law enforcement agencies like CBI, Enforcement Directorate, or your police personals, ठीक है, टू ट्रैक एंड स्टॉप इलीगल एक्टिविटीज। देखिए, तो इसका पॉइंट यही है कि आप बैन तो लगा देंगे, बट अगर आप रेगुलेट करेंगे तो इन इलीगल एक्टिविटीज का जो एक सर्कल है उसको कंट्रोल करने के लिए हमारी एजेंसीज को हेल्प मिलेगी। ब्लैंकेट बैन इज नॉट अ सॉल्यूशन. This was what this is what was put forth by the Interministerial Committee in 2017, right? And it was also said that a ban might not be a step with as in our honorable Prime Minister and Council of Ministers often say that India is an emerging economy. So it was also pointed out that a ban might not be in step with India's position as an important center of information technology services. मतलब आप अगर अपने आप को एक आईटी हब, एक आईटी एडवांस नेशन बनाना चाहते हैं तो कंप्लीट बैन उस चीज के साथ खड़ा नहीं हो सकता। मिनिस्ट्रियल कमेटी ने क्या चीजें बोली? So as it was shown in Crypto Token Regulation Bill 2018 in paragraph number 13, that Interministerial Committee was fine with the idea of allowing the sale and purchase of digital crypto assets at recognized exchanges. They were even absolutely ready to allow sale and purchase of digital crypto assets at recognized exchanges. However, when we look into the other aspect, to 2018 तक ये stand था कि they were absolutely fine with digital crypto assets can be recognized and those platforms can be recognized. However, to the utmost surprise, within a year, कहते हैं ना एक साल में या कुछ मिनटों में बहुत चीजें बदल जाती हैं. So however, to the utmost surprise, within a year, there was a what phase and the final report of the very same interministerial committee submitted in February 2019. Yes, in 2019, next year, the same interministerial committee recommended the imposition of a total ban on private cryptocurrencies. मतलब 2019 में उन्होंने अब total ban suggest कर दिया. They have suggested to impose a total ban on the private cryptocurrencies through a legislation known as Banning of Cryptocurrency and Regulation of Official Digital Currency Act 2019. तो ये नया एक्ट उन्होंने नए एक्ट के लिए ये बिल उन्होंने इंट्रोड्यूस किया, बनाया. Excuse me. However, that I would like to mention that that bill 2019 bill, the draft of that bill contained a proposal to ban the mining बंद करने का proposal था, generation, holding, selling, dealing in all kind of cryptocurrencies, or disposing of, if anybody wants to dispose of the currency as well. So that 2019 bill was actually a very stringent one, was quite tough on crypto legislation, as a crypto legislation. But uske baad, this Honorable Supreme Court, although the Honorable Supreme Court has put forth its opinion that you cannot put a blanket ban on that crypto assets. But now, with this background, let's come to bullet point questions. First one is all crypto activity banned in India? क्या ये सारी क्रिप्टो एक्टिविटीज इंडिया में बैन है? सारी पुरानी चीजों को समझते हुए आज के as we stand today, is all crypto activities banned in India? This is my question. All right, and the answer to that is that no. The cryptocurrencies or the crypto activities are not banned in India as we speak now, as we stand today. And actually they have never been banned in India. इंडिया में कभी बैन नहीं हुई थी. देखिए, हम एक ऐसी पोजीशन में खड़े हैं जहां पर क्रिप्टो करेंसीज गैर कानूनी नहीं है, बट कानूनी भी नहीं है. या इट्स क्वाइट कॉम्प्लेक्स. ऐसा भी नहीं है कि आप क्रिप्टो करेंसीज में ट्रेड करेंगे तो आपको जेल हो जाएगी, और ऐसा भी नहीं है अगर आपके साथ फ्रॉड हुआ, अगर आपके साथ कोई चीटिंग हुई जिसमें क्रिप्टो करेंसीज की ट्रांजैक्शंस इन्वॉल्व है, सो आप कोर्ट में भी नहीं जा सकते, बिकॉज अल्टीमेटली आपके पास वो लीगल रेमेडी भी अभी नहीं मिल पाई है, बिकॉज क्रिप्टो करेंसी इज नॉट बीन लीगलाइज्ड neither as a digital asset nor as a digital currency. ना तो डिजिटल करेंसी का दर्जा मिला है और ना ही डिजिटल एसेट का दर्जा मिला है अभी तक. सो एक तरीके से रास्ते में चल रहे हैं, मंजिल अभी मिलेगी. अब वो लेफ्ट वाले रास्ते में जाके मिलेगी या राइट वाले रास्ते में जाके मिलेगी, वो देखने वाली बात है. राइट. सो मूविंग फॉरवर्ड, तो सबसे पहली बात, इट्स नॉट इलीगल. ठीक है. और ये सारी चीजें कहाँ से शुरू हुई है? वो 2018 वाले पॉइंट से शुरू हुई है. सर्कुलर आया, उसके बाद 2020 में सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने स्ट्रक डाउन कर दिया, और अब हम यहाँ पर एज वी स्टैंड टुडे, इंडियन गवर्नमेंट हैज अगेन इंट्रोड्यूस्ड अ बिल, जो हमने अभी लेटेस्ट विंटर सेशन में इंट्रोड्यूस किया, जिसके बारे में मैं आपको आगे बताऊंगा. वो बिल अभी तक टेबल्ड, मतलब उसके ऊपर अभी तक एक्शन नहीं हुआ है पार्लियामेंट में. एंड देयर आर, सिंस द विंटर सेशन इज ऑलमोस्ट ऑलरेडी ओवर, तो हमें ये उम्मीद है कि आने वाला जो नेक्स्ट सेशन है, विच इज ऑफ बजट सेशन, विच विल स्टार्ट इन द लास्ट वीक ऑफ जनवरी, और जो मार्च तक चलेगा, हो सकता है वो बजट सेशन में इसको इंट्रोड्यूस करें, बट उसके भी चांसेस बहुत अनलाइकली हैं. और वो अनलाइकली क्यों है, ये मैं आपको आगे बताऊंगा. दूसरी बात, इज क्रिप्टो ट्रेडिंग लीगल इन इंडिया? क्या क्रिप्टो में ट्रेड करना लीगल है? यस, although it's a gray area, but yes, it is legal. That there are platforms who have been who are trading, and like HBX is also one of the emerging key player with respect to similar kind of activities concerning cryptocurrencies. And I'm sure in future you all will witness the number of sessions, the number of activities, the number of activities which HBX will be delving into. Okay. अब यहाँ पर RBI का एक कंसर्न मैं आप लोगों के साथ बताना चाहूंगा. तो RBI, why the question comes, why RBI is not in favor of recognizing cryptocurrency? Because the RBI feels that it concerns the macroeconomic and financial stability of the nation. RBI feels, and the Honorable RBI Governor, Mr. Shakti Kant Das, stated, and I quote, that RBI hasn't made a statement that cryptocurrencies are illegal. These are words of Mr. Das. Though it surely registered its concern on macroeconomic and financial stability. But there are deeper issues which need much deeper and much more well-informed discussion. So if we look into the last line of the statement, which talks about that there is a need of much deeper issues and much deeper discussion. So there is a scope of further discussion when it comes to cryptocurrencies.